All right, we're live. Okay, good. We're live. I have my glasses right here, but I didn't put it on. I don't know why. Don't judge me. But we're here live, Suriname. As you guys know, I always go live during the weekdays. I've been doing this since February, so 3 months now, and we've seen some good results. You guys have been subscribing from these lives, and you guys are watching them, the replays back as well. So I've really been enjoying that. And honestly, I feel like we're developing a community. So this YouTube thing is going pretty well. It's going pretty well. And so I really appreciate you guys, even you guys coming on, encouraging me, is also very cool. You know, you guys are in the comments. You guys from Australia, shout out to dudes from Australia, dudes from Egypt, dudes from Tanzania. Shout out to the community that we have developing in the US as well. You guys are pretty big deal, and I appreciate you guys. Obviously, if you're new to the community, if you're just subscribing, every subscription, every subscribe that you guys do brings us one step closer to sending more kids to college. Right now, we have two scholarships every year. We're sending people to college. And with your help, we can get to 4 and 5 and 10 and 20. So that while we're having a good time, let's not forget that there are people out there who need our help, and they really do depend on you and I. So let's make a difference while we're having fun. That's really cool. Be that as it may, while that is said, going live with you guys has been so much fun. This weekend, I'm actually going to the Amazon jungle, so I'm going to go live from the Amazon jungle, and so I'm going to show you guys what that looks like. I'm going to also record videos and make some stuff. But yeah, I've been traveling South America since 2023. So if you're coming in, ask me a question. W, bro, I appreciate you. I came from the gym. I had my protein and got my I had chicken, of course. Straight protein. I had my protein shake. And so now I go live every day, every weekday. Dodi, where you watching from? Tell me. We're developing this community, so I do want to hear from you. Tell me where you're watching from. We have people sometimes watching from Switzerland, from New Zealand, from Uganda. You might be the first person from a different country. So put where you're watching from in the chat so I can actually know where you guys are watching from. I really like meeting people from halfway across the world because it's very cool. In fact, I'm in Suriname right now, and I met somebody on this live who was also in Suriname. That's pretty cool. So tell me where you're watching from. And yeah, so what we're going to talk about is best places to visit in South America because everybody goes to Rio. Rio is not the best place, by the way. Get some likes in, please, so that we can actually have more people join in. As I said, more people subscribe, the more people help me to send more kids to college. And you guys have been doing a really fantastic job at this. So let's not break the momentum. Okay, cool. Right now we have two scholarships trying to get to four. Okay, cool. So everybody goes to Rio, right? And I don't think Rio is the most exciting place in South America. Or where else do people go in South America? Colombia, right? People go to Medellin. Where else do people go? Buenos Aires. Okay, cool. These places are great. But let me tell you that there are some hidden gems in South America. Let's just take Brazil, for example. Okay? Brazil. In Brazil, there's a place called Florianopolis. Florianopolis, or the short name for it is Floripa. So it's Florida, but with a P. Floripa. Okay. This island is about 500,000 people on it. And the expat community, so you have people there from England, from the US, from Australia, from all over, really digital nomads there. So it has modern everything, roads, everything. It has hiking, amazing beaches. On that island, I think there are 40 something beaches. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it may be 47 beaches in Floripa alone. This is in Brazil. It's an island in Brazil. And you can look this up right now because you might want to add this to your list. I'm telling you because I didn't know about it. I found out about it when I was just about to leave Argentina because I was wondering where I'm going to go. And so I found out about this place. It's in Brazil. Floripa, I'm telling you, is somewhere that you need to visit. Hey, Valerie, how you doing? Stigafoot. Valerie K-pop, where you watching from? Tell me where you're watching from as you coming in. Floripa is amazing. So my experience in Floripa. So you know that that picture that everybody tries to take, right, where they're hanging off the rock and it looks like they're hanging from nothing, but really it's just like maybe 3 feet down or off the floor. So they're hanging from the rock and they're taking a picture and it's overlooking the cliff. Yeah, one of those is in Floripa. Hey, dude, Zealot. I feel like I know you, Zealot. I feel like you've been here before. So welcome back. I'm doing fantastic. Where are you watching from? And do I feel like I know you. I feel like I know this name. But right, so one of those cliffs is in Floripa and you can hike. It's like a 90-minute hike, not hard. And then when you get up there, you get to hang off the rock, take a picture. I have all of this on my Instagram, so I've been there. And so I'm telling you guys that this everybody goes to Rio, but there are better places. There are better place. Show my abs. That's crazy. It's a crazy comment, dude. I'm from India. Oh, first time. Oh, shoot, crazy. Ah, no cursing. Welcome in, Zila. That's fantastic. It's good to see you, my friend. We have quite a few people that are joining us from India. I think partially because you guys like the time zone there ends up being like nighttime or something like that. It's like late evening. So welcome in, welcome to the community. I go live to catch you up. Okay. I go live every single weekday. What we do here is that we get on live. I have a couple of topics that we're going to talk about. It's 9:11 p.m. Okay, cool. Right, great, cool. So what we talk about here is that's the time in India. Here, it's 12:41 p.m. Okay, middle of the day. I go live every single weekday. What we talk about is talk about money, we talk about travel, we talk about dating, talk about what it's like to be retired. But the most important part of this, and this is the most important thing, is that this YouTube, I want it to grow so that we can send more kids to college. I think YouTube is a fantastic way to make more money. I already sent 2 kids to college and I want to increase that. So then every subscribe helps us to send more and more people. That's why we have this community. This is why I've been going live. It's for them, not for me. Me, I'm already retired. I'm not yet 30. I made a lot of money from real estate. And now I'm just traveling the world. So this is why I come on to talk about how to travel the world and make money and give, um, you know, create an environment where we can come and talk and we can lie and have a good time, right? We can talk about money, we can talk about motivation, we can talk about mindset. But at the end of the day, remember that this is for the kids, not for me. It's for the kids so that we can help more people and send more kids to college. People need help, and I think that we can help them. It's the end of the spiel. Okay, cool. Now you're all caught up. Welcome to the community, Zealot. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. So, where else in how old am I? I'm 26. How what else in South America should you see? Okay. Let me see. In Peru, oh, okay. So before I went to Brazil, I went to Argentina, but Peru was still my favorite country. Not my favorite city. My favorite city is Buenos Aires still. Buenos Aires, I love it. But my favorite country overall was Peru. Let me explain why. Peru is pretty much a country of mountains, right? The highest points that are inhabited, think about what's that place called in Peru? Old What's the old place called? It's slipping my mind right now. Machu Picchu, right? Machu Picchu in Peru. That's in Machu Picchu, but that's I think 15,000 feet or 17,000 feet up. I'm 26 and retired. Yes, I am. It's because of real estate. I can explain that, although that's not the topic today. But if you want to, I can go into that. But back to traveling. Now you're all caught up, dude. Um, right. So Peru, right? Peru mountains. So Rainbow Mountain is also there. You know that mountain which is like red and yellow and blue. It's crazy, right? Um, but it's there. Machu Picchu is there, and then you have a bunch of other mountains, and they're all preserved because these places aren't really inhabited by a lot of people. Like for example, I stayed in Agua Calientes, I think it's called, or Hot Springs or something. It's the city that's close to Machu Picchu. I stayed there for maybe 3 weeks alone, and in that village, it's like just 1,000 people. Beautiful, beautiful. I mean, just imagine walking out and just seeing mountains. just mountains everywhere, right? You just wake up, you move the blind, and it's just mountains. Crazy. And they're like right there. It's like 1,000 feet up, right? It's crazy. And so that place is beautiful. Everybody wants to go to Machu Picchu to take the picture, but Aguas Calientes was fantastic as well, right? And you have, for example, there's a place in Peru called Huacachina. And all of this is what I'm saying is on my Instagram because I document this all so that we have proof. If it's not on video, right, it didn't happen. So everything is on my Instagram. Cool, cool. So there's this place called Huacachina. Huacachina. It's an oasis. So just imagine water in the middle, and then around it is a desert. Just imagine that. That's something that you only see on TV, right? You'd only see that in the movies, but it actually exists. And I went there. That's pretty cool. Again, everybody wants to go to Rio because it's the only place that people can think of when they think of South America or Buenos Aires, which is these hit spots. But when you actually start to travel, you realize that the places that don't get the most hype, those are actually the most beautiful places. All right. They're actually the most beautiful places. My friend in Brazil, he sent me there was this river, crystal clear river. It starts with an M. I don't remember what it's called, but he told me about I think it's Ma Macon, something like that in Brazil. Beautiful. Again, it does not make it's not like tourist centered. There's not a lot of activities to do there. There's not a lot of accommodations. But bro, the water is crystal clear. Hi, bro. Can you flex your abs? No, I won't flex my abs because I'm not a puppet. But if you want to ask me a question, you can ask me a question. I don't dance for views, my friend. But we're having a conversation. So if you want to join the conversation, we can talk. What is Binod? I'm from India. Hey, how you doing? I'm from India. We have two people in here from India. Zealot is also from India. So welcome in. Glad to see you. Glad to see you. Welcome to the community. As I said earlier, if you haven't subscribed already, welcome to the community. I get you caught up. What we do here is that we talk about different topics. We talk about money, we talk about travel, we talk about dating, we talk about philosophy. I go live every single weekday. I've been doing that since February. The point of growing this YouTube is so that we can send more kids to college. Right now, we send two, and we're trying to increase that to 4 or 5 by the end of the year. So, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. That was for study here because I think it's your first time here. I haven't seen that name. You're also from India. So, welcome in. Rip Spider, thank you. I see your comment. Thank you for subscribing as well. Appreciate you guys. All right. So, you guys have a question about actually South America? Because that's what we're talking about. That's the topic here, right? What What's it like traveling South America? You know what? I'll switch topics for you. I'll talk about something else. Not different from South America, but I'll tell you something else that's wonderful about South America. The people. Now, I'm a man, right? Since you look jacked, what's the best exercise to burn belly fat? That's a great question. So for one, you should start walking. Don't sprint, walk. I walk every day. I walk probably for an hour every day. And so I like instead of taking the car, I just walk. Now, if you can't do that, go to a park and walk. But make it a point to walk. Walking is good. I think a lot of people in America don't walk enough. And if you go to Europe, everybody walk, which is why they're so slim, right? So just get into the habit of walking. Walking burns fat. It's really that simple. And it's not going to happen by next week. But if you change your lifestyle into a person who walks, you will be slim. It will happen eventually. Okay, that's one. Two, just do abs, right? Just do ab crunches. I mean, it's not that complicated. You need to eat less than you need to. Your calorie intake needs to be less. No, your calorie intake needs to be less than what you're burning, right? So then, if you're eating less food and you're burning more than you're eating, then you will lose weight. Really that simple, right? It's not complicated. So that's all you got to do. However, I do want to give you more advice, but if there's anybody that gives you complicated advice, I would say this generally speaking. This goes about money, this goes about leadership, travel, anything in life. If there's someone that's trying to give you this complicated type of answer, they're more than likely trying to make money from you. And so we know, and you instinctively know, I don't know what that sound is. You instinctively know that in order to lose weight, you just need to work out. And there's no way around that. You know that. You've known that since you were probably 6 years old. So then just do that. What I will tell you is that if you identify as someone who works out, it makes it a lot easier. You see what I'm saying? There's no other complicated answer. It's not going to happen by next week. You're not going to lose all the weight by next week. So then forget that. But you are going to be a year older in a year anyway. So then all you got to do is say, you know what? My goal is not to lose weight. My goal is every week I will show up 3 times in the gym. That's it. And every week that you hit three, you are successful. That's it. Don't focus on the weight. Every week, just hit 3 times. That's it. And then in a year's time, what do you think is gonna happen? Obviously, you're gonna lose weight. You see what I'm saying? It's not complicated. Just focus on the thing, and the result will come. But if you don't focus on the routine that gets you there, then you're not gonna get there. You see what I'm saying? So, I hope that helps you, my friend. I don't want to give you a complicated answer because it's not complicated. What's hard is people recognizing that it is actually simple, and the best in the world just do the simple things like until it doesn't make sense. Like they'll do the simple things for 10 years. I've done dips, for example. Dips like this, right? I've done that exercise, one exercise, maybe at least 3 times a week for the last 3 years. Same exercise, same exercise. You see what I mean? All right, no problem. Good talking to you. Switch the topic away from South America, but that's fine. It's good. It's great. I love connecting with you guys. Thank you for joining. I appreciate the subscribe, and we'll talk again at another live. Okay, let's get back to what we're talking about. My max push-ups, by the way, I see that question. Um, so when I was training for the army, which was maybe, I don't know, 6 years ago, my max would have been around 60 something, 60 something. But I haven't tested it now. I'm sure I could do more. Like if I, rested for a couple of days, I'm sure I could do 100. Because every day I do dips, I do 50 dips. So, there you go. Or 60 dips, actually. I do 60 dips every day. Dips, again, is this. I came from the gym now, so I'm really actually tired. I was watching your shorts and you said you were like, I want to reach 100 push-ups in a row by the end of 2025. I can do 41 in a row. I do 20 sets, kneeling to failure. That's really cool. I'm glad that you were watching my shorts. I didn't actually know that that works that way. That's really cool. So you just gave me some insight into YouTube. I'm pretty new to YouTube, so I'm still learning this. We just crossed 1,000 subscribers last week, so I'm really, really trying this YouTube thing. As I said, we are trying to get to as many subscribers as possible so that we can send more kids to college. I'm already retired, so the money isn't for me. It's to help little kids. And while we are having fun and we give advice and we have this community here, let's not forget that there are people who do need our help. So, right, that's why we're building this community. Okay, so to get back to you, um, 100 push-ups by the. Okay, so then here's the thing: just add five every time. And if you think, okay, so then, okay, let's say it was 6 months. Okay, and you wanted to add five every 2 weeks, right? So then that's 25. Actually, you'd probably pass. You'd probably move much fast. 100. So then just add five every week. That's all you got to do. Don't try to get to 100 by next month. Just add five. So if you can do 41 in a row now, by the end of May, you should be able to do 50. End of June, 60. End of July, 70. And you can see how by the end of the year, not that hard. And all you're doing is adding five. That's it. Adding five. I said hi. Hey, little potato. Little potato is a great name. We've been live for about 19 minutes now. I've been enjoying this. Thank you guys for chatting with me. We're gonna let's stay live for maybe another 10 minutes. How about that? Yeah, another 10 minutes. The topic that we were talking about, to get back to it, is traveling South America. One of my favorite parts of traveling South America is the people. So last night, I was actually in a Brazilian club in Suriname. There's a pretty sizable Brazilian community here, and it reminded me of just how much Brazilian people are fun. Here's the thing. I think in the US, it's a lifestyle of trying to make it, right? Trying to make as much money as possible so that you can buy the car. And I think while that's all fun, I think sometimes the US promotes unhappiness for a lot of people. I think a lot of people in the US aren't that happy. And so then in Brazil, what actually happens is that people are looking forward to the weekend, looking forward to spending time with friends, looking forward to just sit around and have, like in Brazil, there's a thing called mate, right? Where you sit down and you have mate tea, and that's it. That's the plan for the afternoon, to sit down and pass around a cup of mate. We don't really have that in the US. And it's a custom that people just sit down around 4 or 5 o'clock and just have tea. That's awesome. So then I say that to say that if your goal in life is actually changed and how you measure what success is actually changed, you might actually find that you're a lot happier, which is why I think happiness in the US is actually declining. So, and that's what I found traveling South America. I found that people are a lot happier and their goal is to have a good time, to be around. That's why they're so family oriented. It's to be around family, to have a good family, to have a happy family. So that's why I love Brazil. That's what I found about actually most of South America. Right? Just think about this. Not only does that happen amongst the people, then also amongst the ladies that I meet, the ladies that I date, they're very family oriented too. They want family. They want kids. So then the conversation becomes different, right? Yes, we want to make money and travel the world, but they also take pride in having a good family and being a good mom. They take pride in being a good supportive part of their community. It means something. In the US, a lot more individualistic. People in the US take more pride in the Gucci, whatever that they have on, and the Louis Vuitton, and right. I'm retired, and everything on me together is probably $50. The only thing is probably this chain. This chain is expensive, and my earbuds. Okay, but in Brazil, it's not like that. Yes, people still buy expensive stuff. I won't say that. People still like nice things, but that's not what makes you successful. You know what I'm saying? It's sort of different. Being successful in that culture doesn't mean that you have all this, ridiculous jewelry on you. And no, it's being happy and being able to have a family that loves you. That is the goal. So that's another thing I found in Brazil. What else? By the way, if you're just joining us, tell me where you're watching from, please, so that I can learn. Can you do your max push-ups right now? Doesn't matter the number, please. No, bro, I can't do that. Um, first of all, I'm tired because I went to the gym this morning. But maybe I'll do another workout session because I do go live every day. So maybe I'll go live during a workout session later this week. Later this week, I'm actually going to the Amazon jungle. So I'm going to go live from the Amazon jungle. I went to Brazil, but I didn't go to the jungle. Now I'm in Suriname. I'm actually going to the jungle. So it's actually quite cool that I actually get to cross this off my list. So there you go. There you go. Yeah, these last 2 years traveling South America have been phenomenal, literally life changing. And I highly recommend anybody to travel solo. Traveling solo has been life changing. What it's done for me is that it's made me super confident in who I am. It's made me it's given me the ability to know that if I land up somewhere, I can figure it out. It's a little bit of confidence that most people won't feel in their entire life. If you move halfway across the world, you'll figure it out. And I know that because I've done it. And that's what traveling has given to me. I can meet people, I can find a girlfriend, I can find somewhere to sleep, I can find somewhere to eat. I can be of value to whoever is around me. I can be of value to businesses. I can figure it out. That's really cool. So are you joining us? Tell me where you're watching from, please. We have about 5 minutes left to go on this live. I am accepting questions. I am reading the chat. So tell me where you're watching from. And if you have a question about traveling, let me know. Do you want to travel South America? Or actually, let me ask you a better question. If not South America, which other continent would you want to travel to? And most people are going to say Europe. I bet. I bet. I was in the US Army from, wait, no, I was training for the US Army from, how do you know I'm from New York? Are you, are you stalking me? How do you know I'm from New York? That's crazy. How do you know I'm from New York? That's actually an honest question. I want you to answer. Don't ignore me. How do you know I'm from New York? Is that somewhere? Did you read that somewhere or are you just guessing? Or or are you actually stalking me right now? It's weird. I might end this live. We have the police in here. Oh, you're from New York. Okay, good. We have the FBI in here, man. I'm just kidding. Okay, so you're from New York. That's funny. Yeah, yeah. I'm actually okay. So I was in Jersey, technically. But I was 20 minutes outside of New York. So New York, New Jersey, same thing. But yeah, I was in the army. I was training for the army. So I didn't go all the way. The reason why I didn't continue is because I realized that the army was about to take 25 years of my life, and time is the only thing I do not get back. And it's more valuable than money. So I will spend money to get time. That's like not even negotiable. I will spend money to get time, to get free time, and to get my attention back. And most people will do it the other way. Most people will drive further for a few cents for gas. Ridiculous. My time is valuable. And so I will spend money to save time. And that's why I left the army because I didn't want all my time taken by the US government. I want my time taken by myself to be able to do and live what I want to. Now we're growing this YouTube channel to be able to impact people. We're sending people to college. We send two, by the way, subscribe so that we can send more people to college. That's why we're here. I don't need the money, but those kids do. So subscribe so that we can make more money from YouTube and give it to those kids in Jamaica. And then I want to do stand-up comedy. I'm going to do stand-up comedy in 2028. That's when I'm going to start, which means if I was in the army, there's no way I could do that until I left the army. Be saying all of this, it just proves my point, which is I left the army for a good reason, and I'm really glad I did. Good morning. Can we hear you say, yes, sir? That's funny. I appreciate you joining us, Chad. You're a good dude. Yes, sir. Is that good? That's funny. You guys are funny. The questions that you guys ask sometimes are funny. All right, what time is it? All right, one more question. I'm going to stop this live. One more question. 1 minute. I'm answering one more question. What advice can you give to a 14-year-old that is inconsistent at going to the gym but wants to get stronger? Um, Stop judging yourself for being inconsistent. I'll repeat that. Stop judging yourself for being inconsistent. When I had a cello career, and this is a quick story before we head off. I'm going to get serious with you for a second. I'm an amazing cellist. Not anymore, but I was. A cello, so the cello, like the big violin. Okay, cool. I was a cello player. I performed for British royalty, Princess Anne on her visits. I performed for her. I performed for governors in the states. I performed for presidents, prime ministers, everybody. I got a full scholarship to college because I was so good at the cello. Why am I telling you this? I started at 12 years old. I started playing at 12. I was so good by the time I was 17, I got a full scholarship, which means that in that 5 years, you'd think I was consistent. Not true. In that 5 years, I actually stopped playing for 18 months. And I thought I would never pick up the cello again in those 18 months. I stopped playing. I quit. 14. Just as I was getting good, I stopped for 18 months and then I started again. And then we found some success, went to college, prime ministers, royalty, etc. Why am I telling you all of this? I'm saying if I judged myself for taking that 18-month break, I would probably not even be able to travel like I am today. I would not be retired by 30. I would not have gotten to my goal. No one is watching you. And that's your superpower, which means that you have nothing to lose. No one cared that I stopped for 18 months. The world didn't stop. Only I cared. So I'm telling you, stop judging yourself for being inconsistent. Okay? I hope that helped you, brother. I will see you guys. I'm live tomorrow. Please subscribe so that we can send more kids to Jamaica. I love that you guys are really growing this community and tuning in every day. So keep that up. I'm going to go to the pool because it's very hot here. Let me show you my view, by the way. Ah, ah. That's my view. In case you thought it was green screen. All right. Peace out, guys. I'm out.